Today I had the opportunity to share at church, and I was sharing on the topic of control. You know, sometimes we are tempted to try and control other people, to control the choices they make, the decisions, the course of action that they're going to take. And even though intellectually, perhaps we know that we really cannot control other people, we still sometimes end up trying to control them. And maybe we control them because their choices, we try to control them because their choices cause us pain or distress. Maybe their choices are being destructive to other people, people that we love, or to their own families, or maybe to them. And so we decide, you know what, I need to help this person see and make different choices. And it's one thing to try and be influential and influence someone towards making good choices, but it's another thing to try and control them and to try and make them do what we believe that they should do. And it's usually counterproductive, and it is a waste of our energy many times, because that energy can be better spent. And that's kind of what I want to share with you today. I want to talk about, what do you do if you are in a scenario where someone's behavior and choices are hurtful to you, are being destructive to themselves, to others, or to you. What can you do, since trying to control them has likely not worked? Well, one of the things is that it's important to be assertive. And assertiveness is different from aggression. Assertiveness means that you are sharing your thoughts and your feelings on the scenario, that you're saying, this is how I am experiencing this dynamic. This is the effect it's having on me. This is how I see it, and this is how I see it unfolding. This is why it concerns me. That's being assertive. And that's a good thing to do, because people can't read our minds. So it's important, where appropriate, to share our thoughts and feelings on a given scenario or someone's choices or actions. And then from that point, the ball is in their court, and they have the freedom to decide if they're going to listen to you, hear you out, respond positively, respond negatively, take to heart what you're saying, take some of it, throw out some of it, take all of it, take none of it. That is their choice, not your choice. And depending on the choice they make, then will determine the choice you need to make. And maybe it may mean that you may have to put some boundaries in place. Maybe it means that you may have to seek some help from a professional or from a pastor or a life group leader. Maybe it means you may need to start investing in some good books on that particular topic to understand, how do you deal with this type of scenario, depending on what the scenario is. And that way you are going about it in terms of, what am I in control of? What can I do to affect change for me, or for the part of the scenario I do have control over? And sometimes that is scary, and I think that that's one of the reasons that people would rather just, okay, if you would hurry up and change what you're doing, then everything would be easy. And that's not necessarily how it goes. So then we find ourselves in the position where we need to make some hard choices, some scary choices maybe sometimes. But you know, God's word says in Romans 8:28 that he is able to make everything work together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. If you love the Lord, you have a true relationship with Christ, then you know that you are his. And you know you can rely and trust him, that he's going to take care of you. You have that assurance. And that thing that you cannot control, God is able to take care of. He's able to do the impossible. What you are to do is what you do have control over. The choices that you are responsible for making, and you're not responsible for making the other person's choices. You're responsible for making your choices. And the choices that you choose will hopefully be the ones that are productive, that can affect change and growth in your own life, that activate God's promises being realized for you. So I hope today that this has helped someone, that if you are in a difficult scenario and you found yourself in that trap and that kind of merry-go-round of trying to control someone else, that today you'll take a step back and say, you know what, I'm going to control myself. 1 Peter 4:7 says, be alert and self-controlled so you can pray. And so that's a good reminder for us to stay alert and to stay self-controlled. I hope this helped you today. If you have a comment or a question, feel free to leave it. If it's a question, I will do my best to answer it by way of another video. If it's a private question, you can go ahead and inbox me, and I will go ahead and answer it by video without identifying you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.